tell them to bring Bashir back. Okay.
We're on.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting of the Town Council for September 21st, 2022 to order, and we will begin, as always, with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's October 5th, not September 21st.
Oh. I am sorry, I'm an idiot. And we'll begin, next item on the agenda, thank you very much for correcting me on the date of the meeting. We'll begin, next item on the agenda is roll call, and I understand that Madam Chairman Tony Weinstein is excused this evening.
Yes.
Okay. Agenda item number 3 is public forum. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to speak? Okay. Seeing no one, we will close public forum at 7:02. All right, next item, Town Council to consider acceptance of the minutes from the last meeting. Are there any comments or corrections to the draft meeting minutes from September 1st?
Yes.
Councilor Wood?
Yes, there is a bit where it says that the CIP voted to approve a new fund for the Lamprey Riverfront for the living shoreline. We voted to recommend it. We didn't vote to approve it. And so, just, yeah.
And if there's a correction, do we need to do anything or just
No.
make it move?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any other comments or corrections? Okay. Then I would accept a motion to approve the corrected minutes.
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Excellent. Any comments or discussion? Guess I should have done that first. And if you would call the roll, please, Wendy.
Council Brayback? Aye. Council LaMattina?
Aye.
Council White?
Aye.
Council Blackstone?
Abstain.
Council Ward?
Aye.
Council Conley?
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0.
Okay. And next item is the report of Town Manager.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. First item on my written report is we received 2 proposals for curbside waste and recycling for a new contractor starting January 1st. The Director of Public Works, Director of Finance, and I are reviewing the proposals and have a recommendation for the Council at its next meeting. Also, I want to provide the Town Council with an update of our town valuation for 2022. I gave the Council a breakdown of the net taxable assessing information for the several past prior years as a comparison breakdown of various categories for 2021 and 2022 tax year, so they may have see what the actual changes go, and that's on a report attached to this. Basically, utility assessment changes are a result of newer state law on valuation, and most other assessment changes are due to continuing residential construction along with site corrections due to subdivision and lot line adjustments. The other changes in individual categories mainly due to upgraded CAMA software, which will reallocated assessments. Total exemptions and amount granted increased, and as such, the result is a next taxable increase of around $7,400,000, or an increase of a property value in 0.75%. This is $1 million more than the increase last year. So last year was $6 million. I attached a greater breakdown to my report. So what's this mean? In fiscal year 22, for every dollar on the tax rate, we're able to spend $987,870. Now we would raise $995,277. So that kind of impact the budget for fiscal year 24, which I'll roll into fiscal year 24 budget. The department heads have proposed their budgets to me, and I'm in the process of reviewing them, and I'll have my proposed budget to the town council by October 15th, which is the law in the town charter. Just a reminder that on October 29th at 9 a.m. is a budget workshop. I've worked with the town clerk for a proposed schedule for the town meeting this year. Election day is going to be on March 14th, which is a Tuesday, and deliberative session will be Saturday, February 4th. So just to get that in your calendars. And that is all I have tonight, Madam Vice Chair.
Excellent. Thank you, Manager Fournier. Okay. We're booking, you guys. Okay, Item 6, are there any committee reports?
Could I ask a question?
Yeah, oh, of course.
This new budget, is it going to include, you were talking about totally redoing Main Street, Spring Street, that
No.
loop? That's a totally separate thing.
No. Yeah. This year we're gonna be trying to keep it as tight as possible due to the flux in the economy.
Yeah, I like not digging up streets.
Yeah.
Me too. I live off New Road.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
And any committee reports? Councilor Brayback.
Arts and tourism met yesterday. One topic of discussion was just kind of going over the Artist Among Us event, which happened this weekend. People may have noticed it was postponed on Saturday due to questionable weather and was on Sunday instead, but it went really well. And they received a painting to raffle off, so they were able to raise some money by selling raffle tickets, and the winner of the raffle actually donated the painting to the library. So head down to the library and you can see this beautiful painting of our town, and now it's for everyone, which is really nice. They're kind of starting to shift gears away from these event planning and kind of taking a step back to do a little bit more of just getting a better sense of what their role is in town. They were looking at the original resolution that created the committee, and while it does name it Arts and Tourism, there's nothing in there that talks about tourism itself. It talks about supporting the arts in town. So they're just kind of wanting to start some visioning processes to talk about art versus tourism versus general culture. What is their role? Are they more advisory versus planning events or supporting existing efforts? So wanting to kind of take a step back and start having those kinds of conversations. So they'll start doing some information gathering, including probably wanting to come to talk to us or present to us at some point. But it's very preliminary. And there is still a position available on that committee, so if anyone is interested in that sort of strategic visioning process out there and has any of that kind of experience, you would be most welcome to please apply. And then I know it's sometimes I am asked at the end of this presentation, what's going on with the wall tends to be the question. And I believe there is a meeting scheduled or to be scheduled with with Manager Fournier and our chair, as well as Bart from the town.
And is that the wall by the library?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the redo of the mural? Is that what we're talking about, or
All
something?
of the options that
Okay.
may exist.
Okay.
Yeah, for that wall.
That's awesome. Councilor Blackstone.
The planning board met last time and started the process of a public, public meeting on the alternative, on the external accessory dwelling unit. But for some technical reasons, we didn't complete it. So if anyone's interested in in discussing the external accessory dwelling unit, the next town council, next planning board meeting, we'll have a Zoom, and you can attend to finalize the discussion of that.
I have one.
Councilor Lamatino.
The Energy Environment Committee met. So at the end of September, we had the New Hampshire Saves Button-Up Newmarket program. It was 14 people on the Zoom call, but we had 53 people on the live streaming. So all those were a pretty good success. A lot of information was presented. We have a new member from the Planning Board has joined. I haven't heard anything from the Conservation Commission yet, but that has happened. The group is pretty much done with the aggregation energy plan, which is required for the CPC. The current thinking is we will have that presented to the town council in a workshop sometime in December. In January, we'll hold the 2 public hearings that are required, and then get it back to the town council sometime in early February.
There's a lot of stuff in there, so I'm sure the lawyers are going to want to take a look at that. Steve's going to have the lawyers take a look at that. The hope is by early spring that that will be in a position to come back to the town council for the town council to approve it. And lastly, the council chair and the manager Fournier, you received an amendment request for the CPC. If there's, that has to be presented to the town council at some point in time. If there's anything you need from me to do with that, let me know.
Okay.
And that's it.
Awesome, thank you. Are there any other committee reports? Okay. Item 7 on our agenda is old business, and we have, or in item 8 is resolutions and ordinances in the second reading, and this evening I believe we have 2. So we will begin with resolution number 2022-2023-9, American Rescue Act Fund Grant for Wastewater Treatment Facility Thickener, and I would accept a motion to approve this resolution.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Thank you, Councilor Matina. And we've got a
A month ago, I presented the thickener project to you with grant funds that were attached to it. The reason I'm here tonight to do this resolution is in order to get the funds, you have to authorize the town to enter into the ARPA program. So a vote yes tonight allows us to access those grant funds. As part of that resolution in there as well, the town is also eligible for a $100,000 planning grant to evaluate the sewer system, piping, and by voting yes tonight, you also have access to the $100,000 that has been awarded the town for that.
okay. Are there any questions for Sean?
Will that include anything with our runoff?
No, it just has to do with the sewer collection system.
Any discussion?
Could I ask just a quick,
Yeah.
so we've already taken a ton of money from ARPA. And so why do we have to join ARPA?
That's the way they
That's
tell me.
just-
That's the only way we can access the funds. It's part of the SRF program. They're dishing out the money, and this is, if we don't do this, you can't get the money.
Yeah,
All
I
the
just
towns.
mean, but we've taken other ARPA funding.
I know, but this is
Okay.
their program.
Right, okay.
I can't.
It's the government, yeah.
They gave me the exact verbiage that needed to be in
Yep,
there.
and
It's
you put it
what
there.
has to happen.
Okay.
I can't argue with
Okay.
them. They
Yeah.
have the purse strings.
They have the money.
Okay, any other questions or discussion? Okay, if you would call the roll, please.
Council Brayback?
Aye.
Council Lamatina?
Aye.
Councilor White?
Aye.
Council Blackstone?
Aye.
Council Ward?
Aye.
Council Conley?
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
before I take action on this next one, I'd ask that the council make a motion to table this. There's some questions that were not answered by the Public Works Director.
Okay. I would
Move to table.
accept a second.
I'll second.
Is there anything else that we need to
Need to
know or
vote.
to do? We
Yeah.
just vote?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, when of you call the roll.
Council Brayback?
Aye.
Council Lamatina?
Aye.
Council White?
Aye.
Council Blackstone?
Aye.
Council Ward?
Aye.
Council Conley?
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I realize I do actually have a committee report that I forgot. Sorry, I just forgot that I had done it before.
Council Ward.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. This was the Budget Committee on the 26th of September. The school presented their fourth quarter financial report. COVID has significant impacts on expenditures, and at the end of the year, they had more money than they expected in tune of $610,000. They had planned on hiring more people and had budgeted for that, but those people weren't hired, so with those salaries they had budgeted for and those benefits they weren't paid for, they had all this money. A bit of it went and goes back to the school. I think like 0.5%, but the rest is supposed to go back into the reduced taxes. And this is not usually, this is normal for the school, but it's just something that happened, you know, as a COVID thing that couldn't be done. But for the first time, this is really good news, for the first time in a long time, the food service fund has a positive balance for the first time in years in the tune of $131,000. That is, the food service fund is used for, you know, students who need to buy lunch and such. And basically, since so much money came from the USDA to, you know, keep kids fed, that money will stay in the fund and will be going toward, it can't be used for anything else, and it's going to just, it's not going to run out, it's not a time limit, but basically we're just going to keep using it to help kids get lunches at school for until it runs out, and then, but yeah, that's some good news, I think.
Sounds like steak at the school lunch, huh?
And they're applying for Homeland Security and school energy grants, and yes, that is it for the budget committee.
Awesome. Thank you, Councilor Ward.
Yeah, the school is applying for those grants, not the budget committee.
Okay. So we're moving on to a new business. Is there any correspondence to the town council?
There is none.
Okay. Is it accurate that there is no actually new business?
No.
Okay. Are there any closing comments by the councilors?
Well,
Okay. Our next meeting, our next meeting is October 19th, and seeing one,
Didn't have to
none,
take
I
your
will
vote off.
consider us adjourned.
All
This
right.
might be a record for the shortest town council meeting
Yeah,
I have ever
absolutely.
attended.
Yeah,
The
ready to
shorter
go.
the better.
Hey,
Speedy.
councilors, I do need you to sign the MS 535 form, which is our revenue.
Okay.
So